Let's wait for everyone else. So, Jang Ling Yung, are you there?
Yes.
And what? Oh my goodness! Listen to that voice. Yes.
Sorry.
Are you awake?
Yes.
A little bit, I think. Good morning, Anna Krom.
Good morning, Professor.
Good morning. Good morning, Jeng Young.
Oh, good morning, Professor.
Good morning. Do you have problems with your webcam?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Now I can see you. And here is my man, Han Shu. Good morning.
Morning.
So what have you started now on our classroom page? A chat group?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I did.
Has anybody participated?
Yes, about 24, 25. I don't know now because it's still joining someone that I don't know.
It's still in the making.
Yeah, still in making.
Now I would like to know if it is an international group.
Yes, I would say so. Yeah.
Good.
But la mayor parte, how to say the major part. The major part is the most part. Yeah, the most part is. I guess I don't know. You know, I don't know anyone in this group because this group is of all of us in the English class, which I by the way, I am from the department very isolated methodology. Okay, so I know a few people in this class, and that's why I don't know almost anyone in the WeChat group. But that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Understand what I'm talking about, right? I don't know. Se io rendo il conto. Ciao Anna. Anna, ciao.
Who are you saying? Are you saying Anna's your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I see her child. She has two childs.
She has two children.
Yeah, children. Okay.
What are they? Girls or boys?
Boys,
or boys and girls?
They are cute boys.
Two boys?
Two boys.
Very
cute.
Yes.
Yes. Poor Anna. That's a lot of work. Good morning, Salvatore.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Catherine. And good morning, Sara Onofrieti.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Yin Jamin. Okay, that person's not responding. So since Hanshu is somebody who's very friendly and communicative, now do you think it would be better? So when I pronounce a Chinese name, you say first the surname, then the name. Isn't that right?
Yes. For example, my name is Han Shu. Okay.
Han Shu.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but does anybody call you Shu?
No.
Okay. No. So that's more Western.
But you know, my Italian friends used to call me Han,
and that's incorrect too.
Yeah, that's all right too, because the pronunciation of Shu in Italian accent a little bit strange to me, hard to me that I not reactive. You know, understand, right?
Right.
So I asked them to call me Han. You know, I used to have a Italian name, but it's a little bit embarrassing and it's abandoned, all right?
Yes, I don't like it when people change their names. I like the original names. So it's Han Shu. I'm not pronouncing it perfect, but I'm trying.
Han Shu, but you could call me Hanks, okay? I like this because I love Tom Hanks, the actor. You could call me Hanks. All right. I will react.
Okay.
If you
but
call
wait
me
a
Hans.
second. But
Okay.
Han Shu or Han. For example, Ma Yuan Tong told me to call her Yuan Tong.
That's all right because
Yeah.
because her name is with
Is?
2 characters. All right.
2
Conclude 2
syllables.
characters. But mine,
Right.
while mine
Yeah,
is only 1, so it's a little bit strange. But if my family called me Xu, all right, but they don't. Okay. My friends, I never met that before. No one called me like Xu as a little bit. It's not a pronunciation that could be, that could be independently called.
But this is interesting for me. So wait a second. So what does your mother say to you?
Another name. It's another name. Nickname. It's a nickname which pronounced like. Okay, it's a little bit embarrassing. Okay, because there is a bunch of Chinese. That's a little bit embarrassing.
Oh, so you don't want to tell them your nickname?
小生, it's totally another name. 小生, okay. Non c'entra il nome ufficiale. Non c'entra.
I can see some people smiling here. So, okay, wait a second. Yuan Tong, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
my video is not turned on. It's has a little bit problem today.
Okay, all right. But what is your mother? Does your mother call you a nickname, or does she say Ma Yuan Tong?
She calls by nickname.
So you see, you're laughing too. Everybody doesn't want to say their nickname.
No, it's not like that. Like there are some people calls me by Yuan or Xiao Tong, like that. My boyfriend calls me Yuan because it's more easier for him to pronounce it, this character, because Tong has another pronunciation, like it doesn't exist in Italy, like like that.
Oh,
so,
this is very fascinating.
Yeah, and my mom calls me Xiaoqing. It's
Xiaoqing.
Yeah.
And does it have a meaning?
Yeah. In Italian, it means serenina.
What?
Yeah, serenina.
What?
Serena.
I don't know what is that word? Serenina?
Like sunny.
Sunny?
Yeah, like in Italy means sunny, like a good day, like something.
Oh,
like a sunny day or something like that.
That's interesting. So is it a usual custom in China? But China is so huge. I don't know if you can generalize that each person has a nickname.
It's common. Like usually it's something symbolized from your name. It's something like that. But like some parents give you a cute nickname when you are little. It's common, but not everybody, I think.
And so that nickname sticks with you.
Yeah, stick with my parents actually.
Okay, very good. All right, let's start the lesson.
Sorry. I would like to ask if the Injamin you called just now is me, because I was not sure before the pronunciation of Chinese. No, like.
Do you have a cat?
Yes, sorry.
The cat wants to participate in the lesson. So what were you saying? I'm sorry.
You called Injamin is me. I'm not sure.
What? I mean, the person who's speaking with your little profile is Ju.
Excuse me. I think it's me.
So what is it? I mean, are you switching names here?
It's all right. It's all right.
Wait. Okay. So wait. Yinjamin, I can see. That's you. And Ju Ying. What is the problem? Oh, okay. She's back with her cat. All right. Now, let's start the lesson. Did any of you have problems doing the homework assignment? No comments, because apparently some of you did. Hello? Who said yes?
Hello. I just said yes because when you send us something to do, you send to us the day before, and usually I do the homework after the lesson. For example, yesterday I had 6 hours of story of art, so I didn't have no time to make the homework before the lesson.
No. Okay. All right.
So if we do it after.
Catherine, okay. So I send you a lesson. Okay. And forgive me. Yesterday, I just realized that I usually send the lesson on Wednesday. And I thought that I had sent it, but I forgot. And so I sent that lesson a bit late. The homework that you have to do for that lesson, okay, the assignment is due, I don't know. I don't remember when it's due, maybe for Monday. The work that you have to prepare for this lesson was just reading. So are you saying, Catherine, that you did not do the readings?
Exactly. I didn't have time yet.
Fine, because I did not give you enough time. I understand that. But I'm talking about
because of you. I'm just very busy the day before. So
right. No, that was my fault. But I'm talking about the assignment, because last week you had to do an assignment, which was listening to a transcript, listening to an audio, trying to transcribe it, comparing your transcription with the official transcription. And a lot of you did not do it correctly, and I don't understand why. Maybe because the instructions that I gave were not clear, or maybe you're just not reading the instructions. I don't know. Because, for example, some people gave me, some people sent me, for example, a list of all of the vocabulary of all of the readings of the lesson. Did I ask you to do that? No. And I told you only to give me the homework under the word marked assignment. Some person transcribed a different audio. If I tell you to do audio 610, blah, 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 you have to do that one, not just one that you find. I don't even know how you find it. Another person just wrote a few vocabulary words and did not write the transcript. Another person gave me the translation in Italian. Another person gave me PDF files, another photographs, and another an audio file. So it means that every time that I explain the homework, you're either not listening, or maybe you're not doing the lesson, or you just don't understand. So what is the problem? Can somebody answer? So I'll just ask somebody. Let's see. So let's see. Nobody's answering.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. All right.
I think maybe we can build a group. So every time the assignments, we can talk with each other and cleaner for the homework.
Yes, but why do you have to create a group if I explain it to you during the lesson, and then it is even written on the PDF lesson?
Different students, the level is different. Somebody maybe don't understand, like me.
Okay, all right, but 1 second. Okay, let me share the Chung Ji Jung. Let me just share the screen. Just okay. 1 second.
Okay. Glad. Thanks.
All right, so it was lesson 2. Okay, so now I just forgotten your name. I'm sorry. The last student who spoke said that maybe we just don't understand. But even if you don't understand when I speak, you see the word assignment, all you have to do is read this, and read it until you understand it. I mean, there's no other excuse for this. It's why do you have to create a group to read this?
Okay, now I understand.
All right, so let me come back.
So every time the assignment, I have to I have to read and
yes, you have to read the homework that is written under the assignment, and that is what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
All right.
No problem. Okay, no problem.
And listen, these PDF files that I post each week, you're responsible for studying that whole lesson. It's not that I just do this and you get it and then you just forget it. You're responsible for all of the information on every single page of those lessons.
Okay, next time I will check and read and will do better, I think. Thanks a lot.
This week, there isn't any homework that you have to send to me. You just have to do it on your own. It's just listening to looking at a video, I think, to one video. Okay. All right. So let's continue because time is passing. Okay. No, you just Xiaozhu.
Xiaozhou Ye.
Xiaozhou.
Oh, yes. Ye Xiaozhou. Just we talk about homework, Professor. I have another question.
Yes.
Because last week we talked about my homework of first time, but now I also don't see any repay for.
Okay, that's good. I received your email and I just thought I would answer that question now because it's the same question that Anna Medarska asked me. All right. So let's say I already told everybody that I do not accept homework that is handed in late. All right. But then Xiaozhou and Anna told me, you know, could you make an exception for me because I had problems, blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay. Now, I have all of the homework that is handed in late. Sometimes I don't have time to go back to look at the homework that is handed in late because I'm correcting homework from 3 courses. Okay. Right. So you have to be patient.
Yes, thank you.
I have almost 300 students.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
thank you.
Don't worry.
No.
Be happy.
For me, the important is not the point of homework because I really want to know
how you did it.
How did my first homework because there have haiku. I don't know if the haiku or something others. Yeah, for me, I really need your help.
Okay, all right. Don't worry. I'll get to it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, so let's finish last week's lesson. So does anybody want to volunteer for reading? I'm going to choose a student who has just joined us today, Barbara. Will do some reading with us. Is that okay, Barbara?
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody else want to read? Or shall I just choose the persons that I will torment?
I would like to read, but
okay,
maybe not good.
Chongjin Zhang.
Yes, Chen Zhijiang.
Chongjin Zhang.
Anke Io.
Who is Anke Io?
No, Chen Zhijiang.
Oh.
I want to read. I want to do more practice.
Okay, you need to practice. Does anybody else want to participate? Or do I have to choose the people that I will torment? Oh boy. Come on. All right. Oh boy. Are you asking me to join the WhatsApp link?
Oh, this is a message for everyone. Okay. For someone who didn't know about that.
And I will join too.
Oh, really?
All right. Okay. So I choose Yin Jamin. Then I'm going to have to start choosing people that I have chosen before. I will choose Angela.
Yes.
And I will choose Sara Onofreti.
Okay.
And then someone else. Let's see. Salvatore.
Okay.
And then if anybody wants to participate while we're doing it, you know, you just you add your input as Yuan Tong always does.
Sorry.
No, that's great. Okay, so let's share the screen. Oh, all right. So wait a second. So we're going to be reading Pansa's comment about exhibiting works of art. While the students are reading, I want everyone else, okay, everyone else to write down what are the most important points. What are the most important points in your opinion? Do you understand? Everybody understands?
Yeah.
So yes, even the readers, you know, everybody has to write down what are the most important points in their opinion, and then we'll say it together. All right? Okay.
Right.
Let's start. So this is lesson 2. Sorry. Okay, so Barbara, you begin.
Okay. Do I have to start from the beginning?
Yes, please.
Okay. Giuseppe Pansa, the quality of exhibit design. Hanging up paintings in an experience that I have continued to do over the last 45 years. It is an experience that has developed not only at Beaumont,
yes,
but also in American and European museums, some which were designed by famous architects, and others in Europe that were centuries-old buildings. The first problem that needs.
Okay, so Barb, what is the, no? Excuse me, Barbara. One moment.
Yes.
What is the meaning of centuries? No problem. What is the meaning of centuries-old buildings?
I don't know how to explain it in English.
Okay, so let me ask somebody else. Angela, what is the, can you say centuries-old buildings in another way? What does it mean?
The buildings that are really, really old, like
okay.
that were built centuries ago, like maybe 200, 300 years ago.
Excellent. So buildings that are hundreds of years old. Very good.
Hundreds of years old.
Okay. Let's see. Barbara, keep on reading. Continue reading.
Okay. The first problem that needs to be resolved regards understanding the genius loci of the building. Loci. Sorry, I can't read the. I can see that well. In order to understand what architecture desires, one needs to frequent its space, pass hours within it, and return time and time again to it. A building is a...
Stop. Yes. What does genius loci mean? Do you know?
No.
Okay. No. Let's see. Chun Ji John. What does that mean?
Genius loci. Not genius loci.
I don't know. I think it's genius loci. Let's see. We need an Italian student. Sara Onofrietti. How do you pronounce that?
Okay.
Genius loci. Genius loci.
Okay.
Okay. Sense.
What does it mean?
It's talk about the excellence space moving light design. It depends on the well understanding of the building and knowing about the people, the relationship about the people and the space and the building and the artworks. So
okay, one second. Maybe not the artworks. I think you're going too far, but I think you hit it before. Can we say, Sara, that it's another way of speaking about the character of a building or a space?
Yeah, because genius loci is from the ancient word where they associate like a minor, like God, to places or a thing or natural places, something like that. So yes,
it's like the personality.
Yes, exactly, something like that.
Okay, good, very good. Chonji Jijon, can you continue? A building is similar.
Okay. A building is similar to an individual. It has a personality, and it's necessary to choose art that is compatible with the taste and ideologies that an architect living in a precise historical period represented. There are
very good. Stop. What is the meaning of taste?
Taste. It's like different people have different tastes, have different style.
Okay. That's not precise enough. Yin Jamin, what is the meaning of taste? Yin Jamin?
Taste. Eat something or flowers. 气味怎么说?
I don't
smell. Flower smell.
No. Okay, we're not there yet. Angela, what is the meaning of taste?
Like a personal preference, maybe.
Good. So it's a person's tendency to like or to be interested in something.
Yes.
Very good. Excellent. Yin Jamin, continue reading from There Are Spaces. Yin Jamin.
Yes. There are spaces that are more or less neutral.
Neutral.
But no man are completely natural.
Neutral.
Neutral.
Okay.
I don't know.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, there are spaces without quality, and in these
in these cases,
it is necessary to furious setting up an exhibition.
Okay, to refuse setting up an exhibition. What is the meaning to set up?
Set up. I don't know how.
Okay, let's see if somebody else knows it. Barbara, do you know what the meaning of set up is?
It is to establish an exhibition in this case.
To establish, not exactly establish. Let's see if somebody else. Salvatore, what is the meaning of to set up?
Set up an exhibition. To recreate an exhibition, to stabilize,
All right, set up. Let's see if somebody else knows it. Yuan Tong?
Yes, I think this here means puts a place the artwork in position.
Okay, there you have it. Okay, setting up an exhibition. So we put together what Salvatore said and Yuan Tong. So it means creating, and in the creating, you decide where to put the works of art in a space or in an exhibition. Okay, Angela, continue reading.
Yes. Those few rare times that for various reasons I gave into a request that was not good, I always ended up regretting it.
Okay, to regret? What does that mean?
To regret is when we do something and we end up regretting it, is we would prefer that we didn't do it.
Okay, excellent. So you feel sorry about having done
sorry for something, yeah.
Right, for having done something.
Exactly.
Go, continue.
The second rule is to avoid mixing different artists in the same room, even though I know this is possible up to a limited extent.
Okay, to avoid?
To not doing something, like not wanting to do something.
Okay, continue.
I do not envy museums that have only one example to exhibit of each important artist. A good solution for this is difficult. Artists that are very different tend to damage and come into conflict with one another.
Okay, what is to envy? Oh, you've got all the words.
Okay, envy is a verb that is like, I do not... it's not jealousy, but it's like not to be jealous about something.
No. It's a feeling of jealousy.
Yes, but like in a negative way. I do not envy, like, how do you say?
Okay. Does anybody else have Salvatore, do you agree with her? Envy?
It's like want something, but with more bad
connotation. Okay.
Bad connotation.
Okay, good. And Salvatore, to damage?
Damage is like it's similar to destroy, to create a damage. Something is
ruin. Yeah. Very good.
Is in a good state, and we damage it, and the final and finally the object is damaged. Is a bad
ruined.
State.
You could say ruined.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue reading, Salvatore.
The third rule is not put too many pictures in a room. Every piece needs an empty space around it. So that its specific meaning is isolated and can be assimilated without interference. The observer's attention must be able to concentrate on one object without seeing any part of the picture beside it.
Okay, what is the meaning of piece?
Every piece, every part of the installation in this case.
No.
No. Okay.
Sara Onofreti, what do you think it is? Piece.
Usually it's part of something, but in the case, I think every work.
Every
piece of art. Like
that's right. So we don't. Okay, I would prefer that all of you would refer to works of art. All right, let's say artistic things as either works of art or as pieces. Okay, not just as a work. This is the way we refer to works of art. You could either say works of art or as a piece. And the piece could be a painting, it could be an installation, it could be a sculpture, blah, blah, blah. All right. Sara, can you finish reading, please?
Okay, so the first rule is to create an overall harmony. There must not be confusion between small and large pictures. It is necessary to create groups that have a logical and harmonious sequence.
Okay, what does overall mean?
Like including everything.
Very good.
Everyone, everything.
Excellent. All right, continue.
First impressions are important. Beginnings influence what comes afterwards. You need to be very careful about what an open door leads you to see upon entering in a room, the first painting that asserts itself.
Okay, so afterwards?
Later or after something.
Excellent. And assert?
I wrote to behave in a very confident way. I don't know if it's correct. Okay.
Right, or to express something in a strong way.
Okay.
Excellent. You did your work.
Yeah, thank you.
Your tongue, finish for me.
Yes. So sorry. We should.
The Biumo home.
Oh, Bium. Okay. The Bium home, with its great variety of spaces, has been the best laboratory for developing my experience in exhibiting art. The quality of exhibit design increases the likelihood of understanding artists better.
Stop. What is likelihood?
It's a fact of something being probably.
Excellent. Probability. Excellent.
Yeah. And it is an invitation to return and immerse oneself in an atmosphere where the soul of art becomes visible. It is a place that must be visited in silence, alone, and slowly, in order that one can be permitted by the sensation that is the pieces emanate. It is a place of contemplation and reflection where one can experience the authentic joy and the true art communicates.
Very good. All right. So what is to permeate?
Permeate. I'm so sorry. I before I searched for it, but I kind of forget how.
Oh, okay.
Like it's diffuse.
Yes.
It's diffuse.
Okay, to spread or diffuse through, and emanate.
I don't remember this one.
Okay, so let's see. Salvatore, do you know emanate?
It's like to show something, to the object to show herself.
Okay, so not really. It's not really showing. It's something that to emanate means to come or to flow out from something.
Okay.
So so when they say the sensations of the pieces emanate, it means it's the sensations that flow out of the pieces. All right. So let me come back to the class. All right. So now I would like to know, so have you been able to write what you think are the most important points in the reading? Hello?
Yeah, for me, the most important is the fourth, because
can you say what it is, please?
1 second. The fourth rule is to create an overall harmony. That I think in installation, it's important to create a balance between the piece of the installation, the works.
Oh, pieces.
Okay.
Yes, okay. So it could be an installation or it could be a painting, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So in his opinion, it's to create an overall harmony. Anybody else? Zhang Na, what did you think was one of the most important points?
The most important sentence for me is in the last paragraph. It's a place that must be visited in silence, alone, and slowly, in order that one can be permitted by the sensations that the pieces emanate.
Okay, so why is that important for you?
It's like all the all the works he said has to be done in an exhibition is for this purpose. To create this environment for people to better understand the artworks.
Okay, I think yes, that is a beautiful point. Let's see somebody else. How about Xiao Zhou? What did you think was important?
For me, the point of this test is how about build exception. How to say this? Just like put a little thing in a room, like how to make this art work.
Okay, all right. So you've summarized what you think is the meaning of the text. But okay, so let's hold it on there. But I wanted some specific points within the text that you found the most important. So let me ask another person. Anna Medarska, did you find something that you found was interesting and important?
Like one point on the text, or
yes, just one.
For me, it was also important that the exhibition which he make, it's always for him. It's important to be that he is okay to make it the exhibition, like a place, like a piece of work which he will put set up on this place, and make one complete work.
Okay.
Let's say.
All right. So that's an interesting point. So he says that in order to exhibit the art that he has in his collection, he has to be the one to choose where it will be exhibited and how it will be exhibited.
Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. Catherine, do you want to add something?
Not especially. One of the girls said the point I liked to to be in an harmony and to be alone in silence. Okay. It's very important to discover art, and maybe also the fact that the picture, there are not a lot of pictures in one room. It can be very important too, because when you watch something, you can watch also from not from the back, but from the left and right. You can see everything, not just what you're looking in front of you. So the place, the organization of the room is very important. And I don't remember, it's the second or the third point.
That's interesting. But Catherine, may I just say something? For example, but when you go to the Uffizi or the Louvre, for example, and you go into these rooms and they're just full of paintings and full of masterpieces, does that take away from the enjoyment of each piece, in your opinion? Because after a while... No,
you're talking about old pictures, and the style is very different of what we were looking in this example of modern art or contemporary art. It's easier to watch a lot of pictures in the same room when the picture are in the same style. But in a kind of exhibition with different artists, it's very important. Most of all, if the artists have different styles, to understand them really. Because when you go to the Louvre or you go inside a room full of sculptures, you know that each sculpture, you can go around it, and you're not disturbed by colors of something else.
All right. Jana, do you agree? 1 second. Do you agree with Catherine?
I think I have another opinion that sometimes when I went to like Uffizi, like the big museum, I do get a bit tired and exhausted because there are so many pieces there, and I think I'm not that familiar with those past cultures in Europe. That's why I feel tired.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with being not familiar. This is something that happens to a lot of people, because you just become, your attention after a while just cannot absorb so many things.
Yeah, I think people have the limit to enjoy the artwork in one period, like 1 hour or 2 hours.
Yeah, maybe so. But Catherine doesn't agree.
We didn't talk about the time. It's very important, the time you spend in front of each painting. And when you come into a room where the picture is 10 meters and 5 meters, you have to take time, maybe 1 hour, just on this painting. It's very different than to watch plaster colored of modern art or contemporary art. You can enjoy it easily and in a little moment. You don't have to take a lot
Not
of time.
necessarily, Catherine. Not necessarily.
A long time.
That's also true.
Not necessarily. In contemporary art, you just can get it right away. Sometimes you have to spend a lot of time there. But I don't know. That it's an opinion. Interesting discussion. Okay, so I want you to then, on your own, let me just share the screen, because we don't have time to read the last, oops, sorry. Okay, so this was the other reading. Oops. And it's the process of exhibit design. Okay, this is written by an exhibit designer, Claude Fixler. And so, as you can see, it just goes basically step by step. What he considers is the step-by-step method of deciding how to exhibit works of art. So just go over this in your free time. All right. Let's look at the lesson for today. I want to start with the grammar And then after we do the grammar, we'll take a short break. All right, so this is just a review of the narrative tenses. I want to review this with you because the narrative tenses are often grammatical forms that we use in our writing. So you often find these grammatical forms in stories and textbooks and spoken accounts or descriptions of past events. So these are the things that you're going to be using a lot, and also the passive voice, which I kind of hinted at, I think, in the first lesson. So let's go through this quickly. I'm sorry. Wait a second. Somebody else said that they wanted to say something. That was Chon. He had raised his hand. Who was that? Somebody before. You did. Okay. What did you want to say?
Oh no, the last topic.
Right.
I agree with the casting. Yeah, the last topic. Because I think the harmony is very important, and the space of his exhibition is have to give people enough space to stop and thinking.
And think. Okay.
Yeah, and think.
Very good. Thank you. All right, so let's go back. I'm sorry, I forgot to call on you before. Then I remembered.
No. It's okay.
Okay. Barbara, can you start reading, please?
Yes. From the narrative sentences.
Okay.
Narrative tenses are verb tenses that are used to talk about the past. You can often find them in stories, textbooks, spoken accounts, and in descriptions of past events. The following are examples of narrative tenses. For the past simple, we left for the airport on an exceptionally sunny day. The past simple refers to completed actions in the past. The past simple is often accompanied by time expressions. For the past perfect,
no, stop. Sorry. So the past, the time expressions were?
Okay. Yesterday, last night, last week, year, 10 minutes, a week, an hour ago. I saw Jessamina last night, for example.
Very good. Okay. Past continuous. Sara Onofrieti.
Okay. The sun was shining and it was really hot by midday. The past continuous describes action that were in progress in a specific moment of the past. Example, she was dancing with Marco at the party.
I'm sorry, 1 second. Continue.
The past continuous can describe two contemporaneous action occurring in the past. Example, Sam was studying while Matthew was sleeping. The past simple is used with the past continuous to describe a brief action occurring during an action in progress in the past. In this use of the two tenses, when often precedes the past simple and while often precedes the past continuous. Example, he was painting the window when it started to rain. Another example, the lights went out while she was having a shower.
Okay, so stop. So let's think of some examples here. So the first one says the past continuous describes actions that were in progress in a specific moment in the past. So Chon Ji Jan, can you give us an example of the past continuous with the first rule?
First rule.
Yes, the first. It describes actions that were in progress in a specific moment in the past.
She was reading a book last night.
Okay. Very good. All right. Yin Jamin, the second example, the second rule, the past continuous can describe two contemporaneous actions occurring in the past. Can you give us an example? Yin Jamin, are you there?
Yes, I'm
okay. Two contemporaneous actions happening at the same
doing
time.
homework. I'm doing homework.
No, that's not the past continuous. You said I am doing.
I used to do homework.
I was doing my homework while?
Stay at home.
Okay, so I was doing my homework while, let's say you have to speak about something else. While, I don't know, John was dancing.
Yeah, I was doing homework while watching TV. While watching TV.
While I was watching.
I was watching watching TV drama.
So is that what you do usually? You do your homework and you watch TV?
No, it's just yeah, example.
Okay. Angela, now
yes,
I want you to use the past simple and the past continuous and the word when.
Okay. So I was out with my friends when the rain started.
Okay, but you didn't use the past continue.
Okay.
So I was walking.
I was walking with my friends when the rain started.
Very good. Sada, give me an example with while.
I was. She was having a shower. The lights went out while. It's like I was doing my homework while my boyfriend was playing video games. Can be.
No, but that's an example of two contemporaneous actions.
Yeah.
So we want one action with the past in the past simple that kind of occurs.
So my boyfriends came home while I was doing my homework.
Okay, very good.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Angela, read past perfect, please.
Angela. Yes. She did not have any money because she had lost her wallet. When there are two actions that occur in the past perfect describes the first action that occurs. The past simple describes the second. This situation is called past in past. Example, he understood the movie because he had read the book. First he read the book, then he understood it.
So there's a difficult one for you to do. Give me an example of the past perfect.
Okay. Maybe we can say, I did not walk my dog because I didn't have time. Because I didn't walk my dog because I had other things to do.
No.
This is difficult. I need to think. Okay, head and past. Okay.
I didn't walk my dog because I had taken him for a walk 2 hours before. Something like that.
Past particle, yes.
Do you understand what I said?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. So you got the difficult one. Everybody's saying, oh, she didn't call on me. Let me ask somebody else to give an example. Elisa Testi, can you give me an example of past perfect?
Yes, maybe it's like when arrived, the meeting had started, maybe, for example.
That's a good one. Okay, that's a good one. And let's have another person. Joanna?
Yes, I was thinking of one and I don't know yet.
Oh, you haven't thought of an example yet?
No, I was thinking of one, but I hadn't come up with one.
Okay. How about Yuan Tong? Are you there, Yuan Tong? No. All right, so let's continue. Salvatore, read, please.
Okay.
Oh, I accidentally clicked on hand up the video call.
Okay. I'm sorry, Salvatore, 1 second. Yuan Tong, can you give me an example of the past perfect?
Yeah, sorry, I hand up accidentally. And I didn't, no. I took a shower because I had went to the field.
I had gone to the field.
I had gone. Sorry, I had gone to the field.
Okay. I like that. I had gone to the field. So all right, let's continue. Past perfect continuous. Salvatore.
Okay. Past perfect continuous. When our flight was called, it seemed that we had been waiting at the airport for what seemed like an eternity.
Oh, you got the difficult one. So let's look at the rules.
Syntax: had plus been plus base verb plus ing. The past perfect continuous is used to describe a continuous action in the past that stops when another past action occurs. It is usually expressed with action verbs and not usually expressed with negatives. Example: they had been listening to the lesson before the bell rang.
So, Salvatore, you've got to do the example.
I try. I've been I had been sleeping before the bell rang. It's
okay, so same. I had been sleeping when.
When? Oh, no, okay, before. When?
Oh yeah, when the alarm clock rang.
When the alarm clock rang.
Okay. All right. So that's yes, that's so, but okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions? No. All right. So study that because you never know what will be on an exam or on a test. Let's take a 5-minute break. Okay. So everybody can relax a bit until 10:10. You understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, see you in a while. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
See you later.
Okay, so we'll continue with the same people, the same readers. And I'll share the screen. Okay, Sada, are you there?
Yes.
All right, could you please read?
Yeah. So, motive. I have heard a wee wind searching through still forest for me. I have seen a wee wind searching o'er still sea.
Okay, stop. What is the meaning of we?
I don't know.
All right, let's see if somebody else found it. Salvatore, do you know?
I think it's small.
Yes, very, very little. It's actually a Scottish word. It means very, very little. And what about o'er? Sarah, what do you think that is?
Or still see. I don't know either. Again, sorry.
No, okay, you can't even guess.
Maybe over? No.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So this is archaic, all right, and it's a contracted form of over, but it's usually, you can find this. Let's say, as I say, it's archaic, and you find it in poetry. Okay, and even very old poetry.
Okay.
All right, Angela, read.
Yes, through woodlands dim have I taken my way, and o'er silent waters night and day have I sought the wee wind.
Okay, what is a woodland?
It's a land covered with trees, where the trees grow.
And dim?
Dim is a light that doesn't shine, like a dim light, doesn't shine very brightly, like it's in a fog.
Okay, all right. So obviously here he says woodlands dim. Okay, this is poetic license, because we know that the adjective should become before the noun. But
yes.
But in poetic license, a poet can sometimes change things around for the sound. So it would be dim woodlands. And what does that mean, in your opinion?
I think it's like woodlands that are not very clear, like.
Good. Kind of dark.
Dark, yes, true.
Or in a fog, as you say.
In a fog, yes.
Okay. And then we have the word sought.
So it's
that is?
It's a seek.
Very good. It's the past tense of seek.
Yes.
And what does to seek mean?
To search for something.
Oh, all right. Excellent. Okay, so let's go through, let's look at this poem. And let's think about the colors. First of all, the colors that come to our mind. I want to ask Catherine, do any colors come to your mind when you read this poem?
Not exactly, because I have difficulty to understand it.
Okay.
Really.
All right. So I'll ask somebody else, but we're going to be going through it again to see how we understand it. Let's see. Chon Jijian, are there any colors that come to your mind when you read this poem?
Okay. First, I looked dark, maybe darkness, blue or black. But when I feel the wind, maybe it's a little light.
Okay, so there's dark and light colors that come to your mind. All right. And Angela?
I would say, I don't know, maybe dark green.
Okay. Dark green.
Yes.
And Salvatore?
Remind me the last part of a film.
Oh.
It's James Bond, Skyfall.
And?
When in the last part, the protagonist went in a land in the hinterland of the England, and there is an amount of green in the fog with a nice lake, and this is my opinion.
So you're saying you're in a forest, but in a forest that's covered in fog, more or less.
Yeah.
All right. And how about you, Sarah?
I think for me it's like dark blue, but it occurred to me to think about Twilight movie.
Everybody's thinking of movies.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay, so
maybe
all
for
right.
the foggy situation. No,
So you're saying dark blue.
Yeah.
And Salvatore didn't tell me. Well, he said green. You said green, right?
Yes.
And then you gave me an image. You said a forest in the fog, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let me hear. So we have our colors. We have I've heard dark colors like the dark blue, green, and some people say even some light colors related to fog. Then we have some images. So he says, Salvatore says this forest in the fog. Does anybody else have any other images that come to their mind? Lucy.
In fact, I don't see colors. I just feel cold.
Okay, so you don't see colors. You don't see images either. You just feel cold, Catherine?
I feel cold and lonely.
And lonely? Huh.
Kind of despair.
Oh.
I don't like the place. The place.
Okay, but wait, give it a chance. Before you say don't like it, give it a chance. Now, of course you can don't like it. I don't care, but let's go through it a little bit more. Lucy Yuan.
Yes. I have some different opinions that I also see the color of blue or green, but a light blue, light green, it isn't a color very dark.
Okay, and an image that comes to your mind, the first images that come to your mind?
The blue-green, a light blue-green.
No, that's a color. Now I want an image.
Image, well, a sea.
The sea.
The sea, yes.
Okay, so we have a forest and mist. We have the sea. And Giorgia Gaggiano, do any images come to your mind?
The same as Angela, the dark, green science, dark green. Anyway,
Angela, dark green.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also thinking about maybe like the poet is standing at the coast in England, where it's really foggy and you see it's very green, but you can see the sea. Maybe it's an image in my head now.
So, do you think that there's a mixture of sea and forest here?
Yes, it could be.
Angela?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And Giorgia Gaggiano, which images come to your mind?
Also a forest, a dark forest in a rainy night.
So it's nighttime for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, there's another thing that I like to go over when we read poems. Is there are certain words, right, within the poem, within poems in general, that have a kind of vibration. No, they kind of give the whole, not the whole meaning, but they enhance the meaning of the poem. Now, let's see if anybody can give me their opinion what these kind of vibrating words could be in this poem. Just one or two. Elisa Testi, in your opinion?
Yes, for me, bring to mind that poem, the photograph, like Ansel Adams. I have, I see an image, and I see I image the forest, and but I can imagine one color in particular because
So it's 1 second, Elisa. So it's like a black and white photograph, Ansel Adams photograph.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Then another question. The other question that I asked: can you tell me 1 or 2 words in this poem that have a vibrating meaning?
Okay. Yeah. I think it's so hard. Maybe I take the part when I take my way.
Okay, so you say, I take my way. All right, because I said 1 word.
Okay, 1 is silence, and
okay, so she says silent. Salvatore? 1 or 2 words.
1, 2 words. Woodlands dim.
All right, woodlands dim. And Sarah?
I would say we went together.
Okay. All right. So we have silent, and we have woodlands and dim. All right.
Excuse me, can I drop in?
Who is this? You want to tell?
Yeah.
All right. What for you? Let me hear.
Searching.
And searching. Okay.
Yeah.
And searching, if we look at this, it's repeated twice at the beginning, and then at the end we have sought, which is kind of linked to searching.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to stay with you now, Yuan-Tom.
Oh.
All right. So let's look at the first part. The first part, I will say, it goes until over the sea, right? What are the senses, okay, the senses of the person, no, that perceive the searching?
I don't quite understand the question.
Okay, so the senses that we have are hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting.
Yes.
Right? What are the senses that perceive the wee wind searching in the first part?
Ah, okay. Hearing.
Hearing and?
Seeing.
Good. All right. And who is searching?
The wind, the wee wind.
The wind, okay. And it's searching for what? For whom?
Okay.
For the speaker.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So Salvatore, in this first part, right?
Okay.
The speaker perceives that something is searching for him, right? All right. Does that mean that he has not been found? Listen to my question. So he perceives, okay. Does it mean that that wind has not found him?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
Not yet. And I think in the last part...
okay, wait. I'm coming to the last part. I'll have you answer that. So let's look at this. So we have established that with his senses, right? His senses, attenzione everybody, attenzione. He hears and he sees that something is searching for him. It's that wee wind is searching for him in the first part. And then in the second part, who is searching, Salvatore?
The Ezra Pound in this case.
Well, okay, what the person who's whatever.
The person
right.
sought the wind. It's
okay.
The contrary.
It's the contrary. And has he found it?
I think not.
Okay. All right. So
because he searched, but he not find it.
And he's been searching through woodland dim. So in this kind of a foggy or dim or dark place. And he's been searching over silent waters. All right. So let me come back to all of you. So let's think about this.
It's a state of mind.
Oh, very nice. He says it's a state of mind. Could it be something else? Something that searches for him and that he searches for?
I think he search the inspiration.
Maybe a purpose.
Excellent. Bravissimi. I also, the first thing that comes to my mind, but let's hear everybody else's opinion, is inspiration. It's the artist. The artist feels that something is coming towards him, right? But he's not able to, that thing is just not coming yet. And in the end, the artist tries to search it himself. Hanshu is shaking his head. What do you think?
I totally agree. Now that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, inspiration.
Inspiration.
Okay? It's like it's like imagination, right? It's a muse. Hmm?
It's the wind is his muse. Beautiful. 1 point for Hanshu. Catherine, what do you think now? You said, I don't like that. You still don't like it.
I don't like the white page. Maybe it means that.
Ah.
I felt something bad, a bad moment for an artist.
So that's interesting. So
that
yes, it's a moment when
something
you
in
don't...
the past, something in the past was looking for him, and maybe in fact can be inspiration. Something he left behind, and he's tried to look in the moment of silence. And I said loneliness. It's true with inspiration, because when you wait for it and you don't find it, it's a very bad moment of loneliness.
So, okay, so you're all artists. And this is interesting what she says, because she says for her it's a bad moment, but maybe for somebody else it's just a suspended moment. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad. Angela, what do you say? You agree with Catherine?
Yes, I agree with Catherine, because I only feel frustrated if I can come up with something.
Okay, wait, let me hear somebody else. Salvatore, what do you say?
I think that the white page, that what's called, it's necessary for an artist, because a crisis help us to overcome difficulties, and we, after a moment of crisis, we found a new purpose, a new light to create something.
Okay, so Sara Onofrieti is shaking her head. You agree with Salvatore?
Yeah, I totally agree with Salvatore.
So, but I'm not really feeling in the poem a moment of crisis. Do you feel it, Sara?
Not a moment of crisis, but maybe like an open page. I don't know if it's correct. Like it's something that we have to wait, no? So it's something that is not ready yet. It's not finished. Okay. So yeah.
All right.
But something like that for me.
Something like that. And Yuan Tong, what do you have to say?
Yeah, for me, I think it's the poet is going through something, going through this ambiguity. Like he's like the other girl. I heard she said purpose, searching for a purpose. For me, it's something like that, and like the poet haven't established his mind or haven't found this purpose, and the image is kind of like very misty and under like a foresting fog, and it's very for me it's like very ambiguous.
It's ambiguous.
Yeah.
And Jiang Na, what did you want to say?
I want to say, I think in life, the important thing is we're in the process of searching. And I kind of sense the feeling of this in this poetry. And I think it's a common process in life. We are always searching for something, and we haven't find it. Maybe we never find it. Maybe we never find the perfection, but we are still searching.
Okay, I like that, and I wanted to add something else to that. We are searching, but that thing that we are searching for is also searching for us. And I think it depends on whether we're open enough to receive it.
I don't know if the two people or the inspiration and the people eventually can find each other or not. But for me, I cannot stop searching. That's very important.
Okay. All right. So first we have Cheng Jijian and then Barbara. Cheng Jijian?
Yeah. I think it's talk about searching for himself, because I think silence is, for me, maybe for other one, it's about happiness, because the world very noisy and complicated. We always searching, and we always we always hard work, but we cannot have time to stop, and our thinking cannot stop. So I think silence maybe it's the end of the life. Maybe it's the other happiness for me. If one day I can feel silence, I think it's very, very better. It's very, very good.
So, okay, so you've added something of a sense of silence to this, and searching for something through that. Okay, and Barbara?
I agree with the image of the duality. I think it's important for us to accept the state of stillness, to stay calm, because I see the inspiration sometimes as something that has to go through us. And we have to stay in place to accept the ideas or the inspiration. So we are sort of something that has to go through to express itself, as if the inspiration is something that's an entity, something separated from us. And that's how I see it. And sometimes when I am looking for inspiration, it's more, I feel the loneliness more when I'm looking for inspiration, as if I'm searching for something that I can find. When I'm still and I'm waiting, sometimes it's as if I'm accepting the things around me. That's how I see it.
Very good. That's an interesting point, because maybe if this person had just stayed still, as you say, then he would have been able to accept this thing that was searching for him. And as you say, sometimes inspiration comes when we're just quiet, when we're letting things come towards us, not when we're just trying to search for it. Searching for it sometimes is kind of forcing the situation. Very good. 1 point for Barbara.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have to continue reading, but we have Zhou Liang who wants to say something.
Yes, I want to say that this poem gives me an image of something unknown. Therefore, I kind of almost excited by it. It's because of its unknown, because this sort of unknown didn't frighten me as almost as the main character, because he or she wasn't get frightened, and he or she didn't back down from the searching. He or she continues to search, and I like that. It's almost kind of like an explorer or some sort of I don't know how to say this, but I like this idea, and I very much like drawing to this whole image of two completely different things or person, because other is wind.
Right.
They're both trying to searching for each other. I like this kind of goes two ways reactions. It's not like one person trying to search and the other person just stood still and waiting. It's like this action goes both ways, and
it goes both ways. You're right.
Yes, I like this.
Yes, very nice comment. Okay, so let's continue reading, and let's see if we can draw some analogies between our reading and this poem. Okay, so let's start with Barbara. But can you read it, Barbara, or is it too small?
No, I think I can read it.
Okay, but let me just make it a tiny bit bigger.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
I'll start.
Yes.
Agnes Martin speaks about emotion and art, Guggenheim. To be an artist, you look, you perceive, you recognize what is going through your mind, and it's not ideas. Everything you feel.
Okay, continue. Oh, so, I'm sorry.
No.
What does that mean? You recognize what is going through your mind, and it is not ideas. What do you think she means by that? If it is not ideas, what is it?
Maybe it's like something like we said before. It could be inspiration. It could be perceiving the word in itself. Like what we perceive is not our ideas. We are just elaborating what we hear, what we see,
Right.
what we feel.
Bravissima. Very good. So if it's everything you see and feel, more or less, right? Or what you feel. Okay, continue.
Everything you feel and everything you see and everything that your whole life goes through your mind. You know, you have to recognize it and go with it and really feel it. I believe in living above the line. Above the line is happiness and love, you know. Below the line is all sadness and distraction and unhappiness. I don't go below the line for anything.
So what does she mean? I believe in living above the line. Can you say it in other words?
I think she's talking about the kind of duality we were sort of talking about before, like a dichotomy. So above the line is all the good things, the happiness, the joy. Below the line is sadness.
Excellent. So it's kind of like a limit that divides
yes.
positive from negative. Very good. Very good. Next. Thank you. Chan Ji Chan, next you.
About?
Now, when I think of art.
Okay. When I think of art, I think of beauty. Beauty is the mystery of life. It's in the mind, not in the eye. In our mind, we have an awareness of perfection that lead us on. The response to beauty is emotion, sometimes every subtle emotion of which we are almost not aware, and sometimes our most powerful emotions.
Okay, stop.
Beauty,
Stop.
okay.
Stop. All right. Can everybody else turn off their microphones, please? All right. So she says, beauty is a mystery of life. It is in the mind, not in the eye.
Yeah.
What do you think she means by that? What is beauty for her?
I think it's she wants to describe the higher meaning of beauty. It's not only about our looking for our watching. It's about the in our mind. Maybe it's a pure emotion of something.
Good. All right. Let's continue. I want Angela to continue.
Yes. An artist is fortunate in that his work is inner contemplation of beauty, of perfection in life. We cannot make anything perfectly, but with inner contemplation of perfection, we can suggest it. Although we are all different, we all respond to each other's suggestions of perfection. It is the inner contemplation, the wanting to respond to life, that opens our eyes to what is already in the mind.
Stop. Okay. She says, we cannot make anything perfectly, but with inner contemplation of perfection, we can suggest it.
Yes.
So, what is she saying? How do we suggest it?
Well, the perfection is impossible, and it's probably different for everyone else. But we need to elaborate our emotions and our views so we can suggest it to other people.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's continue with Sara Onofrieti.
We contemplate reality with a sense of beauty. We are also able to contemplate non-objective beauty. I'm very anxious for you to understand what I mean by non-objective experience. Say that you went blind, very depressing, but you would still have a very exciting emotional life. That is not a non-objective experience. Just to look at a floating branch evokes very complicated objective and non-objective responses. The artist must slow all this down mentally. It is this mental experience that makes the representation of beauty possible. The part of the mind in which we experience the perfection of beauty is not the intellect.
Sorry, we have some heavy duty things here. So.
Yeah.
We are also able to contemplate non-objective beauty. What does she mean by that?
I think it's the same of the beauty is in the mind. So it's not important that the beauty is something physical. I don't know. I have a bottle here. It's not beauty because I can touch it and seeing it. It's beauty just because I like it and I can imagine something in my mind. So I don't need to touch and seeing it. That I think.
Very good. Very good. Okay, Salvatore?
Okay, the intellect is the part of the mind that calculates, compares, associates, classifies, and decides according to the facts. It is very different from the other part of the mind, where we simply wonder what to do, and the answer comes to us without any evidence. If we sincerely want to do a difficult thing, we call the answer inspiration.
Okay. So when she says the other part of the mind where we simply wonder what to do and the answer comes to us without any evidence, what is she saying, in other words?
That the idea of the inspiration is like a light, a flash, and our work is to catch it and pull it on a canvas. I think it's this.
All right. So and
we do it automatically. without a rule, without a specifically method.
Good. So art, could we say that art is not created by the intellect, but by inspiration?
Yes. Yes.
And do you agree with her?
50-50.
Okay. Now I say why.
Because the inspiration is not all. The work, the hard work is an important part of the creation. And I think the inspiration is the light that that burn in our mind, and with the hard work we put them in the reality. It's a passage. It's like a way between the mind and the physical world.
Okay, that's very interesting. Very good. Does anybody want to add something to that? He says that it's 50-50. Does anybody think that, does anybody agree with her completely or disagree with her? Art is created not by the intellect, but by inspiration. Does anyone want to add if they agree or disagree? Barbara?
I think that on one end, I agree for the most part, because I think that inspiration is what makes what we do, it would give us a meaning, what gives a meaning to what we do. But I also think that without the tools that we are given by the works, by the putting us in the position of doing something, it's just inspiration. And since it's not objective, and it's just something that we perceive, we can express it to others without the tools.
Without the tools. So
yeah, it's just
interesting. So the tools are not only the physical things that we use to create, but also our intellect of how we apply or how we express this inspiration.
Yes, I say tools, but I mean even just how we do the work in any way. Maybe it's word, maybe it's a drawing, it could be anything.
Okay. What do you think, Georgia? What do you think about what Barbara just said? Do you agree, disagree?
I think that imagination is important, but also I think that beauty is very connected with mathematics. It's like as a sort of what's the English for proporzioni and order. It's a sort of proportions and order that have to be respected if you want to come to the beauty.
Hey, that's very interesting, because if now we're going to look at her work. I mean, if you've looked at the lesson, there are some examples of her work, and what Georgia just said, it hits, I mean, shows a bit of incongruity in what she says, because her work seemed to be extremely mathematical. I mean, every single line, every single element stays in an exact place. Elisa, what do you say?
I said is between, because the artist, the work, the artist is like Zen, it's like a meditation. She lived the art inside her mind, inside the mind, and she said the beauty is also for the blind people who can't see the world but can perceive the world, the things, and is another experience. It's very too complicated to say how is the beauty. The beauty, I think, for create art, the first part is important to have inspiration, and then the second use also for the mind in another way, maybe for study and to put things together in a new language, no? For express to the other people. But I think she think the music, like the part of mind very close an inspiration for, and I am with her for the first part, but not for the rest, not for
the rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like Salvatore, 50-50.
Yes, because I think it's a more important. It's very important to stay quiet and to have the life, to perceive the things of the life, and but I think it's also important after to work in other way, and maybe translate the sensation for I'm sorry, with a universal language for all.
Okay. All right. So let's do the last reading, and then we're going to be looking at her work, and I'll have you do a little assignment during the lesson. Okay. So let me share the screen again. Okay, so this is, this is the assignment that you have for next week. You see, we'll read this transcript together. Then I want you to read it on your own, and then you will watch the video. Okay, and so there's nothing that you have to write or send back to me. You just have to do some readings and listenings for next week. So let's look at this transcript, and let's see, we have 3 people who are speaking here, I think. Yes. So let's see. Sara Onofrieti will be, no. I'll have Barbara will be Sir Agnes Martin.
Okay.
Sara Onofrieti will be Arnie Glimsher.
Okay.
Okay. And Chon Jijan will be Francis Morris.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me make this a bit bigger. Are you able to read this? Everybody, do you have a photocopy of it, or shall I make it up bigger on the screen?
No, I can read it.
Okay. Barbara can read it. Sara, can you read it?
I have a photocopy, so I can read it.
Okay. And how about you, Chon Jijan?
I can.
Okay. All right. Agnes, begin.
Okay. Every day for 20 years, I will say, well, what am I going to do next? That's how I ask for the inspiration. I don't have any ideas myself. I have a vacant mind in order to do exactly what the inspiration calls for.
Okay, so Barbara, this seems to be what you were talking about. Also, John Jijan, this is what you were talking about with the poem, right?
Yes, it's exactly what we were saying before, just other words.
Okay. Okay, continue. John Jijan.
She will sit in her rocking chair until the idea come into her head, and she caught this inspiration, the sort of inspiration seemingly presentation seemingly automatic of the image fully thought in her head. It appeared in her head and a very small scale, like a little postage step. So then you look at her notebook, you see how she draw the postage step size picture, and then thus complicates mathematics to scale it up to meet the self-defined limitation of her canvas.
Excellent. Okay, so it says a sort of presentation seemingly automatic of the image fully formed in her head. So she would sit in her rocking chair, and I think she would kind of empty her mind. She tried to empty her mind, kind of like a form of meditation. And then these images would come to her mind. Then the image, however, it appeared to her as small, in a small scale, like a little postage stamp. So, John, what is a postage stamp? Do you know?
Yeah, it's like a very small pieces, like a stamp.
Okay, that you put on a letter. I mean, I don't know if any of you write letters, but once upon a time, people wrote letters and they put a stamp on the letter so that you could send it in the mail.
Maybe it imagine a lot of big, smaller pieces about the idea. So she have to organize and recreate.
Yes. Okay, Agnes.
I was sitting, waiting for inspiration about innocence, and into my mind there came a grid with lines going this way and lines going that way, and they were innocent. They looked like innocence.
Okay, Arnie?
Martin said a wonderful thing once when people questioned the paintings and what are these paintings? She said, from music people accept pure emotion, but from art they demand explanation. Well, these paintings are pure emotion. They are paintings of states of existence, innocence, happiness, and sublime.
Oh, okay. Let me come back to you because this is something. What do you think about that? From music, people accept pure emotion, but from art, they demand an explanation.
I agree.
Wang Yining, what do you say about that? Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Because when you listen to music, you just listen to music. You can say maybe it makes me happy, it makes me sad, but you're not saying, well, what does this mean most of the time? Catherine, what do you say?
I say it depends of the style of the picture or the sculpture you're watching, because some are very easy to understand and some other are more complicated and needs a book to read, a whole book to understand the painting. And for the music, you don't have to read a book to understand something because you feel it. And to watch, even if you feel with your sight, you feel it, you sometimes need to receive explanation because it's too complicated.
Okay, but she's saying that when you listen to music, you just listen to music. However, people, when they look at art, they say, well, what does this mean? And she's contesting that.
Maybe
Joanna?
she doesn't listen to music. Oh, excuse me.
Oh,
maybe she doesn't listen to music like a meloman does. Maybe she would need to read a book to understand music, but she doesn't know it.
Okay, so that's one way of seeing it. Jana, what do you say? Do you agree with her?
Not quite. I think it's because nowadays art is so conceptual that you look at the painting and sometimes to understand the painting, you have to read the meaning of it, because we think it's one thing and it's the other way around. And with music, sometimes we even have goosebumps just by listening to it. We have instant emotion.
Right.
And with art nowadays, we usually don't feel anything by looking at it.
Oh, but wait a second, this is interesting. You're assuming that art has to that when somebody presents a work of art, it has to have just one meaning, the meaning that it is given, or that it could be seen in another way that everyone can perceive it as they want to?
It can go both ways. It depends on the artist. It depends on the piece of art. Sometimes it has just one meaning. Sometimes we can interpret by many ways.
Okay. Salvatore, what do you say?
Music, it's a chat. Okay. Rewind. An artist try to explain a point of view, but when the spectator,
the viewer,
okay, the viewer see the work, he have a personal interpretation,
a personal experience.
Yes, that it's fine. It's I don't have the words.
Yeah. Okay. Don't worry, because this is kind of complicated stuff, but I find it fascinating. And let's go back to the reading, and then I'll come back.
Yeah.
No, you did quite a good job. Okay, Agnes.
And we have a tremendous range of abstract feelings, but we don't pay any attention to them.
Arnie.
My granddaughter was about 11 years old, and she was in Agnes' apartment, and there was a rose in a vase. She was mesmerized by the rose, and Agnes saw that. She picked up the rose and said, "Is this rose beautiful, Isabel?" And Isabel said, "Yes, this rose is beautiful." Then Martin put the rose behind her back, and she said to Isabel, "Is the rose still beautiful?" And Isabel said, "Yes, the rose is still beautiful." She said, "You see, the beauty is not in the rose. The beauty is in your mind."
Okay. Agnes?
I painted for 20 years, and I didn't like the paintings. They weren't what I wanted. I wanted really abstract without any cause in this world, you know? So every day I painted, and I got closer and closer to abstract painting, but it took me 20 years.
Okay. Arnie?
No, it's Maurice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, so I forgot that little part. Georgia Gadiano, read Morris.
We tend to associate Agnes Martin with the grid, but she wasn't born a fully fledged abstract painter. And she went through 2 decades of incredibility, intense explorations to achieve that moment of perfection.
Okay.
Probably.
Arnie.
Yeah.
No.
She was a painter with a long life who painted every single day and edited out all of the works she didn't like. If there was a composition that she achieved, and then if it wasn't quite right, she would destroy the picture. With a matte knife, she would cut up her paintings, and she would paint the painting again. And she could paint the painting 10 times and destroy 9 of them. Martin was the greatest editor of work, I think, of any artist probably who ever lived.
And what does it mean to edit out?
Is like prepare the book, like a book, or in this case, the paintings, by correcting it. No?
Okay. All right. Correcting. That's it. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Agnes?
I think about nothing but painting, and the older I get, the more I like to paint. It grows on you. Just imagine, I'm 88, so I have been going for quite a while.
Oh, you sound so young, Agnes. Okay, Arnie.
Looking at discrete and repetitive lines and passages of pale color, think of them as much of a mantra as a visual experience, and the repetition is like the repetition of a sound. Martin has felt that the painting is a kind of map, and it is a map to your inner responses. Whether it be joy or happiness, or that it makes you calm, that's the work of art. That's her painting. It's a key to the art within you.
Okay, so what does that mean? Her painting is a key to the art within you, in your opinion?
That's the work of art, and that her painting is the key. It's like that you have to be inside, like part, maybe of the paintings that you...
Okay.
It's like her works of art are like they need the person, the visitor looking, the viewer looking at that. So you need to be part of that, maybe.
All right. And I think also, and this comes back to what I was kind of questioning Joanna about, is that she said that a work of art means something, right? However, in this case, I think Agnes Martin, even if she gives a title to her paintings, she says that the work of art is a key to the art within you. So you look at it, and your experience of that work of art is the work of art, is the meaning that it has for you. So therefore, she paints it in a certain way, and then our response is are the multiple meanings that it can take on. Let me come back. Joanna, what do you think?
I agree with the teacher. No, because it's another point of view from what you asked.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, let me ask another thing to all of you. So she says that she edited her work in the sense that she would do one painting. She didn't like it. She would just cut it up into little pieces and throw it away, and then start again. Do you do that? Those of you who paint or draw. Joanna says no. Salvatore says yes. And wait, Xiaojiu, what are you saying? No.
No.
Why?
I do not do this.
Why?
Don't have any why. Before I do my artwork, I have a plan.
You have a plan?
Yes, just like the plan.
And that plan never changes? I mean, you do it and it always comes out to be what you want it to be?
See. Because the changing is the part of my plan.
So changing is inside of your plan.
Yes.
How about you, Anna? What do? Do you destroy the things that you don't want, that you don't like?
It's me?
Yeah.
Yes, very often, yeah. And also because I make a sculpture, when it's the moment before fusing, it's better to destroy than to make it.
Okay. So this says a lot about our personalities, because a lot of people, artists, okay, I'll put myself within it. Okay, so you try to do something, right? It doesn't come out. It's not what you were thinking about, or it just doesn't correspond to something that's right. Now, what happens? Depending on your personality, you go,
yeah,
or you try to make it better. You either destroy it, you either try to make it better, or you just do another one. Let's see, Salvatore, what are you saying?
Mistakes must be deleted.
Must be deleted?
Yes, but mistakes and error can teach us something. So before we delete this, with a let, that come dire, prendere, we take the good part of the works and put them in the come dire,
in the next.
Today I don't have a word. Today is I'm sleeping.
Hachu, what did you want to say?
My mind sleeping.
I'm sorry, Salvatore is still speaking. No, you're doing quite well. Hachu, what did you want to say? Oh, you have to go. Bye. And you're writing in Italian. Go away.
Bye.
Go away.
Okay. I'm joking. How about you, Georgia? Georgia seemed to me as if it's a person who doesn't throw away.
Sometimes I'm really angry about mistakes I've made in paintings or in drawings, but sometimes I have also to accept the mistakes I've made. Yeah. And every time I think that I went wrong, what's the English for vedere come migliorare?
How to better it.
Yes, the painting or the drawing.
Okay. And I think Catherine is somebody who gets very angry.
No. I have a lot of old things I could be ashamed of more than being angry. That maybe one day I will destroy it, but I don't know. I'm not sure because it's part of my past. Even if when I watch it, I said, "How could you do that? It's so ugly, very ugly."
Okay, all right. How about Jiang Na?
I think normally I'd keep them and to give me a chance, maybe after some weeks, some months, even years, to rethink about them.
Okay. So
and sometimes I even put the worst thing on my wall.
All right. So you use it as I don't know, as a kind of a message to think about.
Yeah, because I think if I do something, I have a reason. Maybe during I doing it, I lost the reason, or the reason is not correct from the beginning. But
you have a very, you have a very balanced and reasonable personality, very mature.
In some level, yes, but sometimes I can get angry.
Okay, now the last part of the lesson, I want to look at the 3 paintings that I put, everybody to look at the 3 paintings that I put on the last page of the PowerPoint file. Now, each of these paintings represents kind of an experience or an illumination for Agnes Martin, not necessarily for you. Mm-hmm. So I want to do a little experiment, and I would like you to write a title. Okay, I want you to choose 1 or 2 or all 3 of these paintings. And I want you to give them a descriptive, I want you to write a descriptive sentence, okay, using narrative tenses for 1, 2, or 3, all 3 of these paintings. So you look at them and you speak about the first thing that comes to your mind, and you try to include an image. It's kind of like a haiku, but we're just going to write a sentence. So let me just show you, for example, how this could be. Okay. So here are 3 examples of her work. The first one, Bugs. The second one, With My Back to the World. And the third one, Falling Blue. So these are the titles that she gives to her work. Maybe maybe they don't bring on any emotions to you, but let's try and enter into one of them, right? And speak about the first thing that comes to your mind and try to include an image, and write this sentence with one of the narrative tenses. So it could be past continuous, past simple, simple past simple, past perfect. Let's leave past perfect continuous because that's kind of difficult. So, for example, if looking at buds, for example, it could be the buds appeared in the evening at sunset. All right, something poetic. So, try and include an image, and so we have image, we have a narrative tense, and what comes to your mind right away when you look at one of these or two of these. You can choose how many you want to do. So I'll give you, let's say 5 minutes, and then we'll compare. Okay. So before I ask you about your sentences, so she has said that beauty is an awareness of perfection. It's a response to an emotion. Do you think that she's able to represent these things with her paintings? Do you think it's, do you feel her ability to do this? I mean, it's something very personal. Some of you can say not at all, obviously.
I think that it took her 20 years to paint this way. So she sort of started to have her own language, and sometimes we can't speak that language, and not always we can understand
it.
Yes, I
Excellent.
think that, yes.
Okay, that's a good point. And I like that. You speak another language, and we're not always able to understand other languages. And is it pure abstraction in your opinion, Angela?
Sorry, I just came back because I.
Oh. No worry. Do you think her paintings are pure abstraction, as she has desired them to be?
Well, they are abstract, yes, but what can we define abstract painting?
That's where I want you to go. Yeah. So let's go down that path just 1 minute. How do we describe abstraction?
I think the definition is that it's something that doesn't exist in a real world. It's like more, we are talking more about the feelings than of the reality. I don't know. It's a bit difficult.
Georgia, what do you say? What is abstraction?
I don't know abstraction, what it is.
Yeah.
It comes
it's almost an impossible question.
No, it comes to my mind images of Pollock or Rothko, for example.
Okay, so
abstraction.
All right.
I don't know how to define it.
Okay, let's see if somebody else has something. How about Lucy Yuan? What is abstraction in your opinion?
Abstraction. Sorry, I don't have any idea.
Yeah, all right. So Angela said something that doesn't really exist, something that's outside of our perception. But my question is, once you decide to represent something, it's not abstract anymore because it's there. It's just something that kind of, twists my mind. Catherine. Huh?
The teacher of story of art will need 6 months to explain us what is abstraction. I don't think we can explain in 5 minutes.
But we can say a few opinions. Sara Onofrieti, what are you saying? You're smiling there.
No, I think that something that starts from an idea and not something real, but when you realize the painting, abstract painting, it's actually become real. So at the end, it starts from an idea and then it's real. Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh. Okay, so let's hear some of these sentences. Has anybody been able to do it? Do I have to choose somebody? Let's choose people who are just quiet. I don't even know if they're there because they don't have.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Can I try?
You want to try? Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
So
I
which
like
one did
it
you
very
choose?
much.
Good. Which one did you choose?
The second one.
With my back to the world?
No, it's okay because it's in my mind.
No, the title of the painting, I think it was with, let me see.
Give my back to the wall.
Okay, with my back to the world. Okay, so let me hear your sentence.
When I watch this painting, I think it's powerful. It's not only about the grid. It's I almost watch the painter's life, because I know about her. She used a lot of time to searching the abstract painting. It's not difficult to keep to painting many years, and I think his this walk looks simple, looks like a simple grid, but it seems that she didn't want to express his thoughts in any concrete
way.
Yeah.
All right. Excuse me, Chang Jijiang, but you did not do what I asked you to do. You're giving me a nice explanation. You're talking about, but you didn't do what I said. I said you had to write a sentence.
Yeah.
Right.
Only about the walk.
Yes, that a sentence that gives me like an image and speaks about the painting with the narrative tense. So you think about that 1 second. Let's see. Was anybody else able to do this, or did you understand what I said? Okay, Joanna says. Okay, wait. Joanna was waving her head. What did you write?
Me? Oh, I wrote about the third, the falling blue.
Falling blue. Okay, what did you write?
I wrote fading into brown with a certain piece.
Fading into brown with a
certain piece.
Okay. All right, but you didn't use a narrative tense. So let's say it was fading.
Oh, it was fading.
It was fading into brown with a certain piece. Beautiful. All right. Anna?
Can we try the third too?
Yes. Anna?
I write about the second one.
Yeah.
The sea was playing with the moon ball while the fire was taking the vast part of the free earth.
So the sea, repeat that. The sea
was playing with the moon ball.
With the moon what?
Bow.
What is a bow?
Bow.
Rainbow.
Moon bowl?
Like complete
Rainbow.
moon.
Rainbow.
The moon is a ball.
Oh, okay. So let's say, okay, oh, sorry. With the ball, let's say with the moon, eliminate ball, because it makes it confused. So the sea was playing with the moon?
While the fire was taking the vast part of the earth.
While the fire was taking or was consuming, let's say, the last part of the earth. Oh, it's a poem here. Good. All right. Lu Xiyang?
Yes, I chose the third picture.
Okay.
And I wrote, the blue was falling when the wind started flow.
When the wind started to blow.
See, blue. I wrote flow.
When the wind
started
blow. Blowed, maybe.
Okay, blowed.
okay. But actually, it's not blowed, it's blue.
Blue.
Yeah, blow, blue. And that would make it even nice because it kind of is related to the, I mean, it recalls the blue at the beginning. So say it again, because it's almost a poem now.
The blue was falling when the wind blew.
Ah, very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Valeria? She's been quiet today.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, I choose the first one, buts. And I wrote, buts explain the meaning of life. The yellow circles were waiting to grow up just like plants and humans. They were close, but they had space to grow up together.
Wait. Valeria, you're doing up 3-4 sentences here. Give me one of those.
It's just one. It's very long sentences. Okay. I'm not so poetic, but it's just one sentence.
I mean, you said three. In my opinion, you've said 3 beautiful little poems, but just give me one. Let me hear the first part.
Okay. I wrote, but explain the meaning of life.
Okay, stop. That's one. The next?
Okay. The yellow circles were waiting to grow up just like plants and humans.
Okay, stop. That's another. And the next?
They were closed, but they had space to grow together too. They,
so
comma,
yeah.
comma.
No, stop. Stop.
Okay.
Those are three. Very good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now, here's another, let's see. Then we had Barbara.
Yes, I chose the second one. And I wrote, people disappeared while the world was changing.
Ah, okay. People disappeared. They disappeared. Very good. Yeah. Okay, and that we have Ruishue. And you've been also very quiet today.
Yes, because I'm doing the lesson on the bed, so I cannot open the camera.
Okay, so what is your sentence?
Yes, I choose the third one, the blue painting, the falling blue, and my sentence is, the blue shadow was not something obvious, but memories buried inside that were waiting for us to fall in.
Say that again. I like that. The blue shadow?
The blue shadow was not something obvious, but memories buried inside that were waiting for us to fall in.
Huh. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Now, let's see. And Angela, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I also wrote about the third painting.
Okay.
The world was falling blue because I had been feeling the blues.
Okay, very good. Wang Yini?
Yeah, I chose the second one. I want to know if I'm
Go ahead.
No.
Yes, let's hear.
Yes, the time in the story had passed a long time, and our memories of that life had faded.
Had faded. So you used the past perfect. Very good. Very good.
Right. Oh,
good
okay.
Work. Good work. Kao Jiaxing. Hi. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, can you? Oh, that. Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying something and not the sentence. Can you repeat it again? Excellent, excellent. And January, Ray, what is yours?
Yes, I also want to describe the third painting, Falling Blue. The mist is the inspiration me before I want to touch the mist in the forest.
The mist inspired me
before I want to touch the mist in the forest.
Okay, very good. So excellent work, everybody. Oh, this is the way I want art students to be expressing themselves creatively. Excellent work. So next week, you don't have to send me anything. You can just relax, read, and listen to look at the video. And if you don't have any questions, wait, Sara Onofrieti raised her hand.
Yeah,
Sara.
because next week, me and my 3 colleagues have the Friday busy because we have a workshop at the Murate Art District. So if you can send the exercise and the PowerPoint on Wednesday, as you said before, it will be perfect.
Yes, you're right. I mean, I apologize again. I just forgot to do it. It was ready. It was ready for Wednesday. And then I thought I had sent it and I didn't send it. But if you want to send me a little message, Sara,
okay.
You send me an email. You say, Prof, remember it's Wednesday.
Okay. I'll send you.
Okay. So everybody have a nice weekend. Bye.
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 Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.